Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tom Burns WWE Show episode 2. Today, we're going to talk about some of the events that happened on Monday Night Raw, mainly, just mainly from what happened on Raw. So on Monday Night Raw we had the return of the boss, Sasha Banks, which I was really excited about. Sasha Banks probably my favourite diva in, they don't want to use the term diva anymore, do they? My favourite woman in WWE at the moment. She's brilliant. I love her character. I love her music. Everything about her is just awesome. And I was so glad to see her return, and I hope that WWE give her run with the Women's Championship sooner rather than later, because she should have won it at WrestleMania. Charlotte shouldn't have been winning that match at WrestleMania. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing where that goes. Also looking forward to seeing where the Becky Lynch-Natalia rivalry goes. Be very interesting to see that as well. Another thing that happened on Raw as well, it was at the start of Raw, that I was quite shocked about, was, just give me a sec, that's it, I was kind of shocked about, was, the fact that they actually referenced Roman Reigns' suspension, which WWE never do. When it comes to someone being suspended, they don't even include them in anything on TV related, on Raw or SmackDown or anything like that, and until they're back, obviously. But then again, this is Roman Reigns talking about he's in a very crucial storyline. One of the biggest superstars in WWE at the moment, so it's kind of hard not to kind of talk about him. And I was kind of glad that they just referenced it, because at the end of the day, they might not reference it on WWE TV 10, and there's that he's been suspended because he violated their wellness policy. But we all know that anyway because of the internet. Nothing stays a secret now in the internet. And it's just it's stupid that WWE don't just acknowledge the fact that he's been suspended, or like when superstars are suspended, they just don't acknowledge it, because we can find out easy enough anyway because of the internet. So it's pointless in trying to hide it when we will know about it anyway. So yeah, I was quite shocked about that. Really enjoyed the matches though on Raw between John Cena, Seth Rollins, and AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose. I actually thought for a legitimate second that we were going to have a fatal 5-way. I thought to myself, it's a good way to add 2 other superstars to the match to kind of put off the triple threat between the Shield members up until SummerSlam. I was hoping that was what was going to happen, but it didn't. Obviously, AJ Styles cost John Cena his match, John Cena cost AJ Styles his match, meaning that they're just going to be facing off at Battleground again, and then probably SummerSlam as well. Yeah, really enjoying the rivalry between AJ Styles and John Cena though. Yeah, really am. What else happened on Raw? Another thing happened on Raw. Miz returned after a month off filming the Marine 5, whatever it's called. I don't know what the actual title of it is. I know it's Marine 5, but I don't know what the actual title of it is. And he returned. He was put into an Intercontinental Championship match against a surprise opponent. Now, whenever I see this kind of thing happen, whether it be for a championship or if someone's just put into a match and it's a surprise opponent, I always get excited, because I think, oh, maybe it's someone returning, and about 50% of the time Sorry, I'm disappointed. Sorry, I got a bit of wind. Yeah, 50% of the time I'm always disappointed because it's either somebody that's on the current roster or it's just somebody that really doesn't deserve the championship shot or shouldn't really be in the match. Like what happened on Monday Night Raw. The Miz was put into a Intercontinental Championship match. He had to put his title on the line against a mystery opponent. I thought, oh wow, okay, this could be someone returned. And then I saw the Darren Young segment where he said that he really wants to get his first singles championship. I thought, oh, there we are. Then it's going to be Darren Young returning and being in the match. And then it turned out to be the Demon Kane, not Corporate Kane, Demon Kane. And I was very disappointed because I thought, although Miz doesn't really stand a chance to beat in Kane, he's going to beat him like by disqualification or by count out, because at this point in Kane's career he ain't going to win another championship regardless of whether it's Intercontinental, US, WWE, tag team. You know, he's not at that part of his career. You know, he's at the point where he's possibly going to be retiring in the next year or so. So I just don't like how it ended though. I knew it was going to end like something similar to how it ended, but I just didn't like the fact that it ended with Maurice faking an injury, which is like the cheapest way to end a match. It really, really disappointed me. But yeah, I don't think anything else really of interest happened on Monday Night Raw. So I'm gonna. This is kind of to do with WWE because it's like a potential WWE return, but I'm gonna talk about Kurt Angle for a second. Now, there's been rumours swirling around for the last 2 weeks, ever since it was said that WWE are looking to rehire some of the old superstars from the last brand split for the new brand split. Like I think Shelton Benjamin's name has been mentioned, Stevie Richards. You know, just a couple of names there. But Kurt Angle was the one that interested me the most because he's been gone from WWE for about 10 years now, and it's about time he returned. Whether it be just for one match at next year's WrestleMania, whether it be for the next 2 WrestleManias to wrestle in the next 2 WrestleManias, whatever it would be, he needs to return. And I tell you what, if he did, I would go mental. And it was rumoured, and the rumours swirling about that they were close to reaching a deal, and people were even suggesting that he might be returning as early as the brand split draft on July 19th on the first live episode of SmackDown. Conflicting stories from both Kurt Angle and WWE. Kurt Angle first said that he'd been in talks with Triple H, and he was very close to signing a deal. And then about a day later, after Kurt Angle had made that statement, WWE made a statement saying that Kurt Angle was not returning in the near future. The deal had broken down. There was no deal to be had. So I was disappointed then. But then yesterday or the day before, I only read it yesterday, but I think it was like a couple of days ago, Kurt Angle made another statement on Facebook saying that, addressing what WWE said about his WWE return. He basically said that he wouldn't be wrestling for much longer. He wants to focus on other things, but would love to return to the WWE. But he already said if he was to return to the WWE, he'd probably only have like 2 more matches, and then he'd focus on managing. He already said what tag team he wanted to manage. I can't remember the name of them. You'll know who they are if you read the article. But yeah, it's interesting that I'm interested to see the development, and not just to see Kurt Angle return, but to see some other names return that we haven't seen in WWE for a long time. It will be very interesting to see what happens on this brand split, because there's bound to be some shocks, some surprises, and everything like that. And this brand split that comes on July 19th cannot come fast enough. I just think, why are they doing it on a SmackDown? And no offense to SmackDown, but it's the B show, and it will remain the B show until it can prove itself to be an amazing show on par with Raw. Why don't you have something as big as a draft on Monday Night Raw? Why have it on SmackDown? I don't understand it. But they're trying to promote SmackDown. They're trying to make SmackDown big. So I understand it to a certain extent. But there we are. What will be, and there is going to be some surprises. There is going to be some returns, some shocks, and I'm really looking forward to it. It can't come quick enough. Anyway, that is episode 2 of the Tom Burns WWE show. I hope you enjoyed it. Episode 3 will be coming to you next week, after Monday Night Raw, possibly Tuesday or Wednesday next week. I hope you enjoyed this. Put in the comments down below if there's anything you want me to talk about next week on the Tom Burns WWE show, anything that I missed this week that you want me to talk about next week. And yeah, I will see you soon. Bye bye.